Hi, hello, and welcome to our caravan. Welcome to the Sunday live stream. Thank you very much for 5 likes. We already have 5 likes, and we have a few people with us, 3 people to be exact. And Wujek Carmel, you are the first today. Hello, how are you today? So you didn't forget about us today. That's great. So hopefully we will have more viewers joining in. So this is a live stream. It's 26th of November, just a few days of November left, and you are welcome to ask me questions. You are welcome to take part in the chat, so please make sure you take part in the discussion. Hello, Vasi and Steve. I hope you've had a good Sunday. As you can see, our dog is in its usual place on our bed, chilling, making the most of the empty bed, because bed can't be wasted. Space in a bed cannot be wasted. So whenever we don't use it, our dog does. So I remember very well sitting here last week and saying to you, when we do a live stream next time, I will only have 3 working days left. And the week passed just like this. It's hard to believe that, yeah, we are there already, and we have only 3 working days this year left. So Wednesday will be our last working day, and then we start our winter holiday, and I can't wait. It's been a funny week with the first frost of the season, which was absolutely beautiful. We woke up to a very crispy and fresh morning one day on a campsite. It wasn't as severe to have our water tap frozen, but it was white and it was beautiful, and it was really cold. And we could feel this temperature drop in at night of the year. So let me know whether you had first frost, maybe you had first snow. I had some pictures from Poland of really, really high snow, and it looked absolutely terrifying. Wujek Carmel, Ma is fine. So today we will talk a little bit about the stereotypes. Of course, if you watched our latest video and you know what I'm talking about, in our latest video, a little bit more about it today. And I would like to know if you've heard of those stereotypes before. I will remind you what I talked about in the video. So many thanks if you watched the latest video. It is not doing so well at the moment, but it's doing okay. No fireworks. It's not like a straight shoot to the sky video, but hopefully it will gain some attention over the time. Wujek, you say that the weekend flew by because you were working. Yeah, we were working on both days as well. Vasi and Steve, I was wondering who continues with the work you normally do for 2 months as you are off. Well, we've got our helper, so we leave a man in charge. We leave our trainee of 3 years, and I trust he will be fine. He's covering for us. So the site will be open, but bear in mind it's only for the seasonal customer. More work during weekends when we have more visitors, but during the week it's pretty quiet, so he will be okay doing maintenance and general upkeep on his own. There is also, we don't have glam pots, bell tents to look after. Yeah, the bar will be open, so he will clean the bar, toilets, and he will look after the outside. We did a lot of leaves today. We've been picking up leaves for the last few days, and we have a huge pile. Maybe we'll take a photo tomorrow. We were making the most of the dry weather, and we were just blowing and raking and picking up leaves. We were collecting them in dumpy bags, and I think over 2 days we probably filled 20 dumpy bags of leaves. If you're not sure what a dumpy bag is, it's a big bag used for transport of soil, bark, building stuff, sand, and so on. And it's 1 cubic meter of stuff, so it's quite a big bag. So we use them to pick up leaves. You had snow in Poland via Carmel, 15 centimeters. Marek says we cleared about 3 tons of leaves. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, so the stereotypes. Did you enjoy the latest video? It was quite emotional, I would say. It was an important video for me to make because unfortunately we've been experiencing the stigma and stereotypes about around living in a caravan full-time for years, really, since we started, which was 2018. So over 5 years of, living on wheels, at first in a motorhome and traveling around, then in a caravan on a caravanning site. And even though we live in a caravan, we are in one place, we have jobs, we don't travel anymore. There are still people who look down at us, and not only strangers, but sadly the closest family and friends, or people who used to be our friends. So it's a bit difficult. I don't know, it's a bit of an emotional topic, stereotypes around living in a caravan. So maybe before I start, tell me if you came across any, if you, I don't know, met people who think that living in a caravan is something worse, or maybe you've met people who look down at caravan dwellers. So it's interesting because it seems that living in a van and traveling around, living a van life seems to be, or at least it used to be, considered very desirable, very popular. So the whole van life trend came to Europe from the USA, where van life and living in RVs, living in big caravans is more popular than in Europe. And there is far better infrastructure for this lifestyle than in Europe. So it's quite interesting that living in a van and traveling around and creating content about your van life travels and adventures is something very popular and something that people envy, whereas living in a caravan is not so glamorous. So let me know what you think, what's your perception. So thank you for the 7 likes we already have. Please give this live chat a like, because that helps us enormously, and we know you are with us. So I believe that at least 7 people visited this chat. So please don't be shy and say hi. The last video, did you watch the last video about stereotypes? And do you agree or disagree? Do you think they are real or not really? So what's your experience? And is this something that would stop you from living in a caravan? That, how people look at you and how people perceive this lifestyle? Because I know of many who would love to try, but they are a bit scared. They are afraid of what others will think, what their family will think, and so on. So my first question to you will be, well, did you watch the last video? Did you watch the video about stereotypes, about living? And I think Graham and Sue are not here yet. I miss you guys, because as always, you liked and commented the video, and so did Wujek Carmel. And I think Vasi and Steve, you commented the last video as well, so you watched it. We'll just have a quick look in the comments. Yeah, so Graham and Sue, thank you very much. Stephen Vasilika, you wrote a nice comment that you believe that to live the life of your dreams is the ultimate freedom. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. We had a comment from Yantar and Richie. Richie's story is quite interesting, and thank you for the wonderful comment, because you wrote that you moved into a caravan as a temporary measure, as you were looking for a property to buy, but you like it so much you are going to stay in a caravan for a while. So that's a really good story. That's something that you planned to be like a short-term fix. Actually, now maybe your lifestyle choice. Graham Bundy, thank you for the comment. And Smudge, thanks for a really useful comment, really interesting, because Smudge wrote that he or she, they work. Hello Graham from Stoke, now we are all here, hopefully. He wrote that he could afford living in a house, and he doesn't. Hi Sue, because he chooses not to. And I think it's a case with many people living in a caravan, because the common misconception is that people live in caravans because they cannot afford living in a house or living in a flat, and that they do it out of hardship. So Sue and Graham, did you enjoy watching the latest video? What do you think? Was it justified, or did I get a bit carried away? Have you ever come the stereotypes about living in a caravan? Oh, you didn't watch? Okay. So I hope you will watch it soon. Vasi and Steve, I think that people that stereotype have not lived a broad life and have not met people from all walks of life. They live in a closed environment, not aware of what happens in the wide world. Yeah, but it's interesting that whatever you do differently to majority of people usually attracts some trouble. And it attracts some injustice and bias. And it could be living in a caravan. Hello, princess. It could be living in a caravan. It could be anything else, really. But throughout our caravan and van life journey, we've met, and it seems that we attracted many people who have been either stereotyped or bullied, people who describe themselves as a minority in some respect. We've made many friends who also experience stereotyping or bullying on different grounds. And for many years, throughout making our videos and sharing our content online, we've made friends with people who also live and follow a different path to the majority, and maybe they don't live on wheels, but they live a different life to most of the society, and for this reason they have been picked on. And even preparing for this live today and thinking what I'm going to share with you, I was very tempted to say that we as Polish nationals living in the UK, we've on this ground we've also experienced quite a lot of prejudice and stereotyping and bullying sometimes, and discrimination. So even this one aspect, you know, our nationality and our identity makes us a target for some. However, we generally don't mix with people, and we avoid people who, as Vasi said, live a very narrow and sad life. They are not old, basically. So luckily we don't really experience something like that on a daily basis. but it made us very sensitive to any injustice or bullying or treating people unfairly on any other ground, because we've experienced it so much with Marek, because of our nationality and our lifestyle choices, because we chose to live in a motorhome and then in a caravan. Now we are super sensitive, and I cannot say that we are used to it. No, we are not used to it. We are very sensitive to it, and we react and we take action. So whenever we witness any injustice or bullying, we always stand up for people who are abused, basically, no matter what. So definitely living an unconventional lifestyle made us sensitive to stereotyping and bullying. Graham: people I used to work with took the mickey out of my choice of taking a break by calling me, oh, and what? How do you pronounce this? I know it's a negative name for a traveler. I think a lot of stereotypes relates to people's ideas of travelers. Yes, but I know there is a lot of negative publicity around gypsy and Irish travelers and encampments in the UK, and we actually did a separate video about this, why people doing van life are not welcomed in many places. So I'm not going to talk about it in detail here, but this is just another group who I believe, like any group, is not is diverse. You know, I would never dare to say that all travelers or all gypsies cause trouble and should be avoided. I would never say this, but I know for a fact that when we were living in a van in our motorhome and we were traveling around Europe, unfortunately we met many van lifers who were not travelers, you know, not gypsies, not Romani people, and they were making an absolute chaos, and they were really causing a lot of trouble for the community, for the van life community. So I think it doesn't depend on your ethnicity at all. But definitely the fact that people live on wheels and that they can move around, that they change their location, that they don't have a fixed address, this really creates a lot of mistrust or distrust, and people are always wondering, oh, what's wrong with them, what are they up to, how do they support themselves? They are probably up to no good if they cannot stay in one place for long. But I don't know, I would love to hear from other campsite wardens how they see it, because it's possible to move a site, to change a site, and to work on a different site from season to season. We chose to be on the same side because we like it here, we like Mill Park. But I heard from another colleague who's also a warden up country that within a year many of her friends and family kind of chose to ignore her or limited contact because she lives in a caravan, because of her lifestyle choice. So that's I think working on a different site every year, every season sounds really interesting. It gives you an opportunity to travel and to see different parts of the country, but it means you uproot yourself every 10 or 12 months. Yeah, so it was lovely to hear from some viewers in the comments what's their situation, and I think this stereotype that people live in a caravan because they can't afford anything else really hit a sensitive spot, because we had quite a few comments saying, hey, it's not like that, it's not like that at all. And as I said in the video, I think even if someone is kind of pushed into living in a caravan in the first place out of hardship, it's a really good chance to replenish your savings very quickly, because comparing to living in a house, this is such a this is so much cheaper that if you work, if you are able to work full-time, you can really save a lot quite quickly, which can get you on the property ladder. You can clear your debts and you can move on in your life. So yeah, I bet that most of those caravan dwellers have really sweet account balances. So the other thing I mentioned in my video was that in the media, especially in movies, have you noticed this? That whenever you have a character living in a caravan, if you watch a series or a film, usually a character living in a caravan is either a criminal, a drug addict, or a negative person, a negative character in the story. They are on the margin, they are excluded. And usually in the final scene of the film they get arrested. Usually the police pulls to the caravan park full of rubbish. It's also very untidy. There are dogs on the loose, there are rubbish flying everywhere. Lead the caravan dweller to the police car. Freedom is a right, Vasi and Steve. If you are not bothering anybody, live where you want and how you want. Well, yeah. Yes, that would be lovely if everyone had this understanding, Vasi and Steve, but for some reason most of people don't. And they have a real difficulty in accepting that someone may choose something different and may follow a different path. And I think this fear is based in the fact that, you know, people living or doing whatever in a different way than most of us, they question things. So if someone lives in a van or in a caravan or on a boat, by their lifestyle choice, they really question the traditional choices. And maybe that's what many people are afraid of, actually challenging things and questioning things and kind of examining if if living in this way or doing it that way is what you really want, and whether it works for you. Because obviously people living in vans or caravans, they choose this because it works for them, and other living arrangements don't, for one reason or another. Yes, Marek. We met many people like that, and even recently we heard that a member of our family is spreading some nasty rumors about us and basically telling other family members lies about us because he doesn't believe what we say, really. And anyway, it's just such a it's just a bit of a sad story that even in your own family you could have people who not only don't accept your lifestyle choice, but they also try to belittle you in the eyes of others, in the eyes of the rest of your family. But I don't think we have time to worry about this. We don't. I agree with you, Graham. People are very quick to judge instead of taking time to talk and understand. Exactly. Vasi and Steve, some people behave like sheep. They like to follow. Yeah, exactly. And now imagine an individual or a few people, I don't know, a couple or a family who choose a different direction, who chooses a different path. Of course, they will be eaten up. It's a shame. Family can be so negative. Yeah, well, I think over the years we really we defined our family as the three of us. Me, Marek, and the dog. This is our family. You ask yourself if that family member is actually happy with their own life. Probably not. Yeah, it's probably a source, you know, the source of this is in frustration and being a bit jealous and envious, probably. Yeah, but over the years we've lost touch with many friends or people we used to call friends because of our lifestyle choice. But I have to stress that of course in their places appear the new people like you guys, Vasi and Steve, Graham, Sue, Via, Caramel, and many more. So by making this lifestyle choice, we kind of created a shift. So some people left us, people who couldn't swallow it, people who can't accept the fact that we live in a caravan and work on a caravan inside, like if it was a crime. It's not a crime. We've never broken any law. But at the same time, you know, new people who are interested in this lifestyle, who are interested in caravanning, who are interested in traveling, they made their ways in our lives. So I don't think we are at loss. We always say that the rubbish will take themselves out with Marek, that, you know, if you so we are not really bothered by any negativity or stereotypes or bias, because we know that sooner or later those people will just disappear. They will make themselves known, and their ideas and what they think will be so clear that the rubbish will take themselves out. Thank you very much, Sue, for saying it's their loss. Marek, this lifestyle verified who is a real family for us and who is our real friend. Yes, absolutely. And I think it's worth stressing to everyone who considers living in a caravan or living in a van that it will happen to you too, you know. So be prepared that you may be lonely from time to time, that people you relied on for years may suddenly forget your phone number and forget where you are. But I think you have to be brave. Whatever you decide, whatever brave change you make in your life, you really have to be convinced and prepared that there will be sacrifice and there will be a price. So you cannot expect that you will you will take those huge steps in your life and things will remain the same. No, everything will change and you will change. So sometimes it means being alone. And as Sue said, well, their loss, if they don't accept you, if they don't value you, why should you hang out with them? Which means that there may be time, and especially if you are on the move, especially if you keep moving around, if you choose van life, and traveling in your van, or living on a boat and doing cruising, being on the move constantly, you have to accept and be prepared to be alone and be fine with this. My voice is dropping as well. Yeah, but maybe it was just more leaves falling. Yeah, leaves interfering with the internet. Yeah, so I think the video is not doing doesn't have some magnificent views, but I personally think that the last video is one of the most valuable we've ever created. And I really hope that people who consider this lifestyle will not be afraid of doing it, and they will not worry about stereotypes, because as I said in the video, they are really created out of fear and ignorance. And we shouldn't worry about stuff like that at all. Yeah, our dog does not care at all where we are, as long as we are together. Yes, that's true, and that's what Diesel taught us over the years. We still have quite a few. Graham. Right, so I think that's it from me for today. I've had a bit of a cold, maybe because of this cold snap and sudden weather change. So I feel that my voice is giving up. I hope I will see you in the next video on Wednesday. I'm not sure whether we will be doing live stream on Sunday, next Sunday, because we will be in a different location. We'll not be in our caravan, and we don't know what the internet will be like there. I would like to remind you about our Amazon link. Maybe now before Christmas you will be doing your orders on Amazon, you will be buying stuff on Amazon. So please use our Amazon link. I will copy it into a chat. So the way it works, that if you visit Amazon through this link, so if you click on the link will take you to the Amazon, and you can buy whatever you like, and we will get a small percentage of commission from each purchase you make. So you don't pay anything extra, but the Amazon will pay us for kind of inviting you to buy from them. So if you use Amazon and you are going to buy some things, maybe some Christmas presents, please use the link, use the Freedom Seekers link, so you will support the channel, which will help us with buying equipment and maybe funding some interesting content to film. Oh, nice! I like Landmark Theatre. It's a really nice venue by the sea. I love it, absolutely love it. So thank you for visiting, Vasi and Steve, and supporting our theatre in the middle of nowhere. Thank you very much. I think Marek is sharing something. I'm ready to go. So that's another. So does it mean my link is not right? I will remove mine just in case. So I hope you will have a good week, that you will stay warm, and that I will hear from you soon. Exactly, we will be away. Yeah, on Thursday we start our holiday, 3 more working days, and we will be free for 2 months. And we'll spend most of this free time creating for our channel. Okay, thank you very much for coming, and see you soon. Have a good week. Bye.